Over the course of time, you come across some really weird things that you sell. And actually, if you don't think that this is weird when I tell you about it, if you think you have something weirder, I would love to know what it is in the comments, because I know that there are some weird things that sell, but this is the weirdest, I think, by far. I wanted to update you on a crazy sale, probably my weirdest sale that I've ever had. It's this yearbook. I've been selling since 1999. I like to buy things cheap at yard sales and at flea markets, and then I flip them, usually on eBay, sometimes locally. Essentially, yearbooks can be worth a lot of money. The key is to find famous alumni in the yearbook, and there are ways to use Wikipedia to find the famous alumni for each school, and then compare it to the year that you have. There are also some other resources online where you can find famous alumni at certain schools. I actually have a video on this YouTube channel, and I'll link it, where I bought these yearbooks. I actually bought, I think, 5 or 6 of them, and this was one of them, and they were from an antique shop, and I can't remember how much I paid. I think it was under 10 bucks. These ones were special, I thought, because where else are you gonna get a lot of famous alumni from Beverly Hills High School? It's the 1989 Watchtower is what it's called. This one in particular had 3 famous people. The first being Gabrielle Mocht from Suits, which is one of my favorite shows. I think I binge watched most of the Suits episodes. The second famous person that's in this one is Monica Lewinsky, and she looks just happy as ever in her picture in here. And the third one is the reason why this sold for so much. It sold for $95 just earlier today. It's because it has a, what would you call him? He's not a serial killer. So I looked that up, and he wouldn't qualify as a serial killer. Basically, he and his brother killed their parents, which is completely sick. But people collect, they have morbid, sick collections. This was the yearbook of Eric Menendez, one of the 2 Menendez brothers, who back in 1989 actually committed the murders of their parents. And it's kind of weird to have a yearbook. I don't think that it was his personally. It has no signatures inside of it, but maybe it is, because maybe he was a loner. There's one of the pictures of Eric Menendez. This is his senior year, and not only is this his senior year, but this is the year that they committed the murders. It's not the year that he went to prison, though, because what I understand is they didn't suspect he and his brother initially until they started lavishly spending their parents' money. And there were a couple other clues that tipped off the investigators to dig a little further into the brothers. It's a really sad story. It's just kind of weird to, flip something disgusting like that. But turning, a few bucks into 95 bucks, I guess that's worth it. A few key pointers about buying yearbooks. Number 1, you can usually never go wrong for $10 or less. There's usually always going to be somebody out there that wants an old copy of their yearbook or their parents' yearbook. I've sold no-name yearbooks with no famous alumni in it for $30, $35. So I wouldn't be too afraid to invest under 10. I labeled this in my eBay listing as maybe one of the most notorious yearbooks in history. So I think the person who bought this for $95 probably got a pretty good deal. They printed a limited number of every yearbook, so there aren't a lot of these in circulation. I think there's one other one on eBay last I looked that was somebody was trying to sell for $500. So I had it up for $125. I took an offer $95 plus shipping. If you want to learn more about flipping and different things that you can flip and crazy weird things like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel. See ya.